Who initiated the reconnection of God and man? Was it God? Was it man? Was it a combination of the two? Was it a partnership where, like in the Old Testament, when the Israelites trapped in Egypt cried out and God heard their cry and came near? Or was it some other way? Believe it or not, for centuries, back in the 9th, 10th, 11th century, this was a huge question among theologians in the church. The early church believed a specific thing, and I believe today we have a current understanding that matches the first century church. And this is a debate that raged on for several centuries until it finally settled into what we believe today. And I believe a beautiful context for this and how it was explained to me was so impacting on my life that I'd like to share it with you. And it's in the context of a middle school dance. And in the middle school dance is a whole big group of awkward, burgeoning, brand new teenagers. And for the most part, you have boys on one side of the gymnasium and girls on the other side of the gymnasium. And a slow song comes on. And suddenly everybody kind of comes to attention because they know that now is the time where a boy and a girl pair up. And first ones that are usually to start the dancing are those that are already in an established relationship. So boyfriend and girlfriend kind of come and they meet in the middle of the dance floor and then they have their dance together. And what's left are boys unattached on one side of the room and girls unattached on the other side of the room. And just like in the question of who initiated the relationship between God and man, was it God, was it man? The same exact context happens here. Who initiates? Is it going to be the super forward girl that comes across and reaches out to a boy? Is it the confident boy who comes across the room? Or is it just we all meet in the middle and we all just kind of pair up? And the way that it was described, and the way I believe is exactly accurate to how God and man came back together, is like at the dance, where a boy, the best looking boy, the stud, the athletic guy, the guy with the great grades, the guy that everybody likes, he looks across the room and he sees a girl cowering in fear. He sees a girl unsure of herself. He sees a girl not even sure if she should even be at the dance, let alone have the pleasure of a dance in the middle of the floor. It's as if God looks across the cosmic dance floor and sees man. And he looks from across the way and he can see that there is no way that on her own is she going to be able to stand up, turn, and say, I want to dance. No way does she have the confidence, the belief in herself, the understanding of her beauty and her identity to come and be confident enough to stand in the middle of the floor and wait for someone to choose her. And so God, in his love, in his absolute devotion to man, walks all the way across the dance floor, takes this shuddering girl, this shy, backward, broken girl, takes her by the hand and looks her with all gentleness but with all strength, and he says, can I have this dance? And the girl, almost unbelieving, not sure how should she respond, because this stud, this jock, this smart, outgoing, personable guy that she had heard about, that she knew existed, had paid attention to her, had called her out from the shadows of against the wall in the gymnasium. And so she feebly, nervously, is this a joke? Is this real? Is this supposed to be happening? Is all of this going to suddenly, all the lights are going to come on and everyone's going to laugh at me? But she looks in his eyes, and she sees something that she knows is true. She knows is right. And he looks at her and he says, no, I want this dance with you. I want to be right here in the middle of everyone. I want them all to see you and I together. And so he pulls her in close. And as he holds her, he tells her how much he loves her. He washes her with his words of confidence, strength, and love. And as his words and as his embrace melt all of her defenses, they also begin to wash away all of her pain, all of her frailty, all of the things that kept her enslaved to that side of the wall. And the more she dances with him, the more she gains confidence in who she is and falls more in love with the one who holds her close in the dance floor. This is a beautiful description in my mind of how God and man became one again.